Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Nicole. I run a small business called Fawn and Fern Crochet, and this week we are headed to a market. So this market is in Danville, Pennsylvania. I did a previous market with these event organizers in the fall, and I made a vlog about that. That was my first ever market vlog, so if you want to go check that out, that was a roller coaster of emotions, but it ended up being my most successful market. So I decided to join this one. I kind of joined last minute, but I still had a good spot. I was right in the middle of the market. It is considerably smaller than their fall event. I am bringing my best friend along. She is coming up to visit me for a whole week, and that's why I didn't really prep a lot for this market. I had a market 2 weeks ago that I didn't film anything for because it was pretty boring and I didn't really sell much, but I didn't prep much either, so it is what it is. I have what I have, and my best friend is coming to visit me, and I don't want to take away our time by prepping for what I'm gonna assume is a smaller market. So we'll see how this goes. You guys will meet my best friend. Her name's Gwen. She traveled here from pretty far away, from a couple hours away, to stay with us, and she is very excited to come to the market with us. So I'm excited to have her, and I'm excited to see what this market has in store. The fall market is more established than the winter market from what I've read. The winter market has only been around for a couple years, whereas the fall one has been going on for many, many years. The vendor fee was also half of what the fall fee was. So in the fall it was $60, and then this winter market was $30 that I paid. Same spot, it was 10 by 16, so it's a considerably large spot, but there are less vendors. So in contrast, I feel as if there's going to be not that many people out and about. It's supposed to be very, very, very cold. So I don't have high expectations for this market, but I'm excited to take you guys along with me. Also, check out the sweater. I finished it. I finished this a while ago, but I just started wearing it and I washed it for the first time and it didn't dye and it shrunk a little bit. So I love it. I think it's so cute. But I'm gonna wear this to the market underneath 150 layers because it's literally supposed to be so cold. I'm gonna try to do a better job at filming at the market because it is hard for me. For some reason, it's just hard for me to film at markets. I don't like filming in public. I need to get more used to that. And I've also been MIA on my channel for a while now because so many things are happening. I have these markets, and the holidays are coming up, my friend's visiting, and I'm in the middle of school. I just passed my Praxis exam, which was like the biggest exam in my whole schooling career. So I'm excited. I can now get licensed in my state once I graduate, of course, but that isn't until May, still have 6 months. But anyways, that's besides the point. I'm excited to go to this market and take you guys along with me, and I will see you guys there. It's market day. Good morning. It is very cold out here. It's starting to get a little bit windy, but I think we're all set up finally. There's still a half hour till it starts. This is Gwen. She's my friend. She's my customer service girly today. Hey! Hey! So, fun story. I charged my iPod last night because that's what I connect my card reader to. And then I got here this morning, it said 72%. And then it just went black. And it was dead. It just died. After 72%, within 10 seconds. So, I'm using my phone, so I'm keeping it warm. I don't know if that's what it is. We got hand warmers. Shout out Ollie's. I'll show you the setup. So I have like no inventory. It feels like I have no inventory. This is the least amount of inventory I had. I had a market 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago. And I didn't sell that much, but I sold some stuff and I didn't replace it. So this is the last market for the year, which is great. So I don't have to worry about anything after this except just making inventory and making my Christmas presents. So I didn't do a market prep video on this because I didn't do any market prep, so we will update as the show goes. We're like halfway through the market. I sold out of a lot of stuff. I sold out of hats except for like one that's on display. So yeah, I'm gonna show you what my table looks like when we leave, just so you know the difference. But it's going pretty well. There's actually a good amount of people here, so can't complain. We have like 10 minutes left. I'm gonna give you a little table tour of what we sold. We actually sold out of a lot. There was a good amount of sales literally the whole day, a page and a half. So I'll go over everything that sold, or like my best sellers, in a little bit. And I don't know, I just zoned out. And how much I made later. But thank you, Gwen, for being my assistant for this market. And I'm going to show you the after of my table now. Hey guys, welcome back. If you recognize my shirt, it's because I filmed the intro after the market too. So much happened at this market and it was so different from what I expected. Like I said before, I really expected this market to be slow, and based on the weather and based on the amount of vendors, I just compared it to my last market that I did, and the previous one that I did with these event organizers was so good that I expected this one to just not come close to it. But boy, was I wrong. There were so many people out and about. It surprised me so much. It was literally so cold. I had a million layers on. So did Gwen. We had hand warmers and feet warmers, and our fingers and toes were numb. But there were so many families and so many people within the community that just came out to support everybody. And honestly, it was so much fun and so rewarding. I met so many cool people at this market, and it really helped having Gwen there too. Uh-oh, my boyfriend's home. Before I was so rudely interrupted, I was talking about the community, and I wanted to just talk about a couple stories that happened at this market because it was really cool to meet people who are really interested in crochet, and I wouldn't have been able to do that without Gwen being there. So Gwen sells in her everyday job. She works at like an ice cream store, and they do a lot of like pop-up shops where she sells things. So she's very personable and so willing to sell my product, which was awesome. I learned a lot from her being there. She talked to a guy in the parking lot who asked us where to park. He was just there to get coffee, and he was like, the whole road is closed. Where can I get coffee? And we were like, oh, this is where we're supposed to park. So we parked there. And then Gwen was like, oh, you should come check us out. Like at 11 o'clock, we're gonna be here. Check us out. This is our company. Like, come check it out. And he was like, yeah, sure. And he was like an older guy. I didn't think he would come back, honestly. I thought he was just like, yeah, totally. But he came back and he bought so much stuff from our table. He was super cool. He was so nice and he was so supportive, and it was really cool to meet someone like that in the community. And I wouldn't have marketed myself like that. Like Gwen just went out on a limb and told him like who we were and what we were doing. And that brought in sales, and I really need to start doing that for myself, but I've never had the confidence to do it. But watching Gwen do it for me really helped. Like, she was saying hello to every single person that walked by. She was telling them that like, this is my small business that she's helping with, that is helping get me through school. And it was just awesome to really connect with the community, and it made me feel more outgoing. And I also talk to people too, which I should be doing at every market, but I feel like I usually just sit there and crochet. I'm not a outgoing kind of person with strangers, but I've learned that I should be to market my business. I met two cool people besides that man at the market. One of them was named Alice, who bought the first thing from my shop. It was a turtle, and she bought it for her partner who was there too, but she bought it like behind his back, so he didn't know. And he came back after looking at everything on our table, picking something out that he liked, and then leaving. She came back and bought what he picked out. And when he came back later, he was like, oh my god, the one turtle that I liked sold, and it was so cute and it was really awesome, and I hope that he enjoys the turtle that he is probably getting for Christmas. And then the last thing that was super cool at this market was there were dinosaurs that were like life size, and they also had like little puppets. Like, I'm sure I put in some clips. If I didn't, I'll put some in right here. But one of the girls who was walking around with dinosaur, like a dinosaur puppet on her hand, bought one of my baby dinosaurs and put it in the dinosaur's mouth and was walking around with it at the whole event. And the event's not super small, like it takes up like a whole street, and it was really cool. She was interacting with kids. She would come back. She named the little dinosaur Samantha. It was so cool. I didn't catch her name and I'm so upset about it, but that was a really cool experience. She was essentially just like free marketing to all the kids. We sold out of baby dinos, and I'm sure that helped with that. So I've learned so much on how to market myself and how to try to build a community of people, not only online like I'm trying to do, but in person as well. So now we'll get into the numbers. First off, my best sellers. My number one bestseller were my hats, which is crazy because throughout the whole year I've had hats and I haven't sold a single one. Actually that's a lie. I think I sold one the whole year, and I sold almost out of them. I had one left. One. That is so crazy. I was not expecting that. I sold 7 out of 8 hats, which is crazy to me. I don't know if the fact that it was freezing outside helped, but it probably did because a couple people bought hats and put them right on, so that's cool. So notably, bring more hats to cold markets because that's when they'll sell. My second bestseller were my baby sharks. Those are the cheapest item that I have at my booth. I sell them for $5. I sold 5 out of the 6 that I brought. I usually bring a lot more, but I didn't have any prepped because I didn't prep. So that was cool. It's my cheapest item. It always sells well. So I would always recommend bringing a really cheap item to your market. It literally takes me 10 minutes to make, and well, maybe 15, give or take. And it's just a cute thing that all the kids seem to love. My next bestseller were my chickens, as always, for some reason in this area. I sold 4 out of my 6 chickens, and I should have made more because there were 2 that didn't sell that were of the same yarn, and people were asking me if I had different colors or if these were the only ones that were left. So I probably would have made more sales if I brought more, but I didn't, so it is what it is. But I still sold most of them, so whatever. And then my last bestseller, which I don't have a picture of, but I will try to take one and put one in here, were my Christmas trees. These were just a last minute thing that I got the pattern and was like, this looks cute, let's try it. And I made them. I filled them with paper and stuffing to give them like structural integrity. So those are the only thing in my booth that aren't at least hand washable or washable in some sort of way because there's paper on the inside. But I sold 3 out of the 4 trees that I brought, and at my last market, I sold out of trees. So, trees were a hit this year. This is my first time doing holiday things. I only brought 3 holiday items, and I sold most of them. I sold out of my reindeer, which I'll talk about in a minute, and I actually sold out of my snowman because I sold my last one right after the market, so Christmas stuff was a hit at a Christmas market, so I should probably make more of that for next year, more Christmas themed items, because it was a hit. Now on to my unexpected sales. I sold my elephant, which was my largest item, or largest plushie I've ever made. I sold it for $40, which I probably should have sold it for more, but it was really cool to see that go. This woman walked up, knew she wanted it, bought it, and it was gone, and I was like, wow, that was incredible. Like, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting anybody to want it because that's a high price, even though I've seen a lot higher prices for crocheted items. But I don't know, I felt weird pricing it at that. But now that I know that it's sold, I feel like I have more confidence to up the price next time. I sold a large dino, which was interesting. I haven't sold a large dino since my first market that I ever did. So one of those sold, which was cool, probably inspired by the giant dinosaurs walking around the market. Both my reindeer sold at the same time. These were priced at $22 a piece, and again, someone just came up and was like, I want both of those. Boom, gone. So that was a big sale I wasn't expecting either. We had actually moved them from the back table to the front table and they sold immediately, so that was cool. And for some reason at this market, I sold a bunch of cup cozies, which I usually never sell at all. I priced them at $6. I only have one left, so I sold a good amount of them, but I have literally never sold any except online. So that was an interesting one that I wasn't expecting either. Finally, for my sellouts, I sold out of my chunky hats, I sold out of my reindeer, I sold out of my snowmen, and my potted sunflower, I only had one of those left and it was left over from my fall market. It sold once we put it out. I sold out of baby dinos, and I sold my last kitten or cat, which is different from what a lot of people sell, and that was something that was told to me a lot at this market because they were like, oh, this cat is like different from the ones at the other crochet vendors, and I was like, well, that's a cool thing to differentiate myself with. I don't make loaf cats because I just don't think they're that cute. Hot take. But the pattern that I make for my cats is super popular. Everybody loves it. So I need to make more of them, but they do take a good amount of time. So that's kind of a drawback of that pattern, but it is what it is. Something to take into consideration next time. So now what everybody has been waiting for, what I made at this market. So my expenses, let's go over those first. First, the booth fee was $30, which was substantially less than it should have been, I feel like, but it was great. I spent probably about $20 on food, and I bought something from other vendors. So I had a vendor across the street from me who kept bringing me and Gwen samples of his stuff. Shout out Smoke and Bill. He was great. He was awesome. I bought some smoked cream cheese from his place and it was incredible. So check him out too. He was super cool and a great vendor neighbor. So that was awesome. Anyways, so the total of my expenses was $60, and I'm subtracting that out of my profit to make my total profit $618. And that is not including materials and time and everything like that, because I calculate that out per product, so I don't feel like doing all the math to figure out what my actual profit was, but that is what I take as my profit. So this market was totally a success, and I definitely want to do it again next year. It was so fun, and I think I want to bring Gwen with me to as many markets as I can in the future. She had a blast, I had a blast, so I'm looking forward to what 2025 has in store. This was my last market for this year. I have been kind of MIA on my social media accounts just because of life. A lot has been going on with the markets, the holidays, everything like that. And I'm trying to plan what I want to do for 2025. So stay tuned on this channel for me completely resetting my small business and preparing it for 2025, because I'm going to document that journey here on YouTube as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please comment below, like the video, and subscribe to my channel to follow along on my small business journey. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.